Hey guys, it's me. I'm so sorry for disappearing and taking so long to get you guys this update. I'm gonna be honest about my reason, and that's because with the time change, when I get home from work, it's dark now, and I hate to use, I like to use natural lighting. And I told Mark that that was my reason for not making an update in so long, and he literally just started laughing at me. So, I guess that's stupid, I don't know, but I have this like little setup. I hope that the light looks okay, but I just really like the way the natural lighting looks, and that's seriously my excuse, and I'm so sorry. So let's get into week 11. Week 11 was from October 28th through November 3rd, and at my appointment that week, my due date changed. So it changed to May 19th instead of May 20th. So that means that my weeks are turning over on Fridays now and not Saturdays. So my dates are going to be a little bit different. In week 11, the baby was the size of a fig. And I found on another website or one of the other apps that the baby's also the size of a Brussels sprout, and I'm gonna go with that because I don't even know what the heck a fig looks like. I've never even seen a fig in real life. I think the only thing I know about figs are fig Newtons, and that really doesn't help me compare the size of my baby. As far as weight gain and weight loss, since the beginning of my pregnancy, I have lost 2.6 pounds. My sleep has still been interrupted, but it was getting better. However, on Halloween night, Mark and I watched Nightmare on Elm Street, one of the Freddy Krueger movies. It was a New Nightmare. I think that's what it was called. And so it's not even a scary one. Like, I don't think you even see Freddy. It's just like the stupid hand. Like, I don't know. It's not even that scary, but I was waking up all night with like terrible nightmares. So that kind of sucked. The best moment of the week was our NT scan. And our first trimester screening, which was on November 1st. And so that brings me into doctor's appointments. And yes, this week we had 2 doctor's appointments. So the first one was the NT scan and our first trimester screening, which was on Tuesday, November 1st. And it was amazing. It was so far the best day of my pregnancy. It was just really, really, really amazing. At that appointment, we got to hear the baby's heartbeat, and I'll insert that right here. We also, the ultrasound was long because she was getting all the measurements and stuff, so we got to see the baby a lot. And he or she was kicking and moving and doing somersaults. They stayed in like a kind of a hunched over position for most of the time, and she kept trying to get the baby to move, so she kept poking on my belly, and I think it was trying to sleep or something because she kept poking and it just stayed in the same position. Then all of a sudden it just flipped over and went straight back to the same position. So it was like, oh, leave me alone. Sorry, there's kids next door playing outside, and it sounded like they were knocking on the window or something. But, okay, so yeah, back to the NT scan. So yeah, the ultrasound was amazing. Baby was measuring at 12 weeks and 1 day, which is right on schedule because at that appointment I was 11 weeks and 4 days. And the nuchal fold was measuring at the thickest part at 2 millimeters, which is well under the maximum of 3 millimeters. So, they were saying from that measurement alone that they don't think that we're high risk of having a baby with Downs or any other chromosomal abnormalities and potential heart defects. So that was such a relief. It was a huge relief. We did still opt to have the blood tests done that is 99% accurate in identifying Down syndrome, other chromosomal disorders. So I haven't talked about it before, I don't think much, but my stepson does have a genetic deletion. He has 1p36 deletion syndrome. So he's missing a piece of his number 1 chromosome, and it causes him to have seizures, severe developmental delays, and a number of other health issues. And so that blood test does also test for the 1p36 deletion syndrome, as well as a number of other chromosomal abnormalities. And that day is when I had my blood drawn, and they told us that we would have our results within 7 to 10 days. We got those results in week 12, but since I'm putting week 11 and 12 together, I can tell you guys now that baby came back 99% negative for Down syndrome and all the other chromosomal abnormalities that it checks for. So again, that was just another huge relief. As far as the 1p36, my husband has had a high resolution chromosome analysis and the FISH test done. So we know that we already knew we weren't at any more of a risk of having a baby, another child with the 1p36 deletion syndrome. But, you know, it's nature, and like things can happen, you know, like it doesn't rule it out for us. The doctor had said that our risk for 1p36 deletion syndrome drops down to 1 in 12,000, less than 1 in 12,000, and for Downs, less than 1 in 10,000. And she said 99% negative, and they have to, you know, just put that margin of error in there. But huge relief, and like it was just amazing, so amazing. Also during that blood test, they were able to tell the gender, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. And we got some really cool pictures. I'll put them right here. One of the pictures was of the baby's foot, and you can see the shape of the foot and the little toes. The next one is of the baby's arm and hand. You can see the little fingers and like the definition of the arm. And this last one I'm going to show you is a 3D picture. And it looks very clear to me that the baby's on their, you can see him or her is on their side. You can see their little legs and their foot, their little butt, and their arm is up by their face. And I showed it to one of the ladies at work, and she was like, "Oh, did the doctor explain all that to you? Because I'm having trouble seeing it." To me, I don't know if it's just because it's my baby and we were there, and so I could tell, but I don't know. You guys tell me, like, is it clear? Like, it's very clear to me what, you know, like, it's the side picture of the baby, and it's so cute. Oh my God, it's so looking like a baby. So cute. So you guys tell me. I don't know. Can you make it out, or am I just being biased? Okay, so the second appointment we had was also that week. It was on Thursday, November 3rd. And to be honest, it was disappointing. After our Tuesday appointment, it was just disappointing. And we didn't have an ultrasound or anything, and it was like super quick. I went in, and they, you know, they took a urine sample. They checked my weight, my blood pressure, all of those things. She asked me if I had any questions, and I said no. I didn't know that I was supposed to come with questions. And that was it. Oh, she did check the baby's heartbeat, so we got to hear the baby's heartbeat, which of course anytime we get to hear that is amazing. But I guess it just made me grateful that we had the appointment on Tuesday, because if I would have went in there expecting an ultrasound and expecting to be able to see the baby and we didn't, I would have been freaking out. And it just made me realize how different regular OB appointments are when you're coming from the infertility world. For us that deal with infertility, it's like you have ultrasounds and appointments and, you know, all these so much going on. You have like 2 or 3 ultrasounds a week, you know, when you're going through an IVF cycle, and, you know, blood work, like you're just monitored so closely, and like you get so much attention. And so, I mean, I guess it's a good thing, you know, because they don't see a reason to do that with me, which means I'm not high risk or anything. But it's just, it's so hard to adjust to going from the infertility world to just a normal OB appointment, especially for people like me. And I think a lot of women that deal with infertility, you kind of become a control freak, and you just can't help it. Like, it's just what happens. That's our world. But I'm trying to get used to it. It's just difficult. Okay, symptoms. everything in week 11 was still just eased up. Very, very mild fatigue, not severe at all. My nausea came back pretty strong for like the first 2 days in week 11, but it subsided and just kind of went away. My bloating has went away. The constipation is still there. That's pretty much always there. My breasts are still swollen and heavy, but not as painful at all. And I'm still having the pulling and stretching feelings in week 11 in my lower pelvic area, and that's getting a little bit more intense. Food cravings, we have a restaurant here called Golden Pride, and they serve the best carne adobada breakfast burritos, and on Sunday in week 11 I woke up and I just wanted one so bad, and I was trying to just get over it and not think about it because it's about a 45-minute drive from our house, but the craving was pretty intense and I couldn't help it. So I took a drive and I went to go get me a burrito. I had already eaten it by the time I got home. It was like a 2-hour trip just to go get this damn burrito. But I don't know, it was like the first real craving that I had to have. And so yeah, it worked. Also later on in the week, I had a huge craving for fried mushrooms and fried zucchini. So after work, I went and picked that up. We have this little Irish pub right down the street from my work, so I went and got that too. Food aversions, not really any food aversions, just still like nothing really like sounds like super great to me. But water has a really weird taste to me now. And this has been happening since like week 6. I just kept forgetting to mention it. But yeah, water tastes really strange to me, like I don't know, maybe metallic-y. Is it a spider or something? Did you guys see that? I don't know. So yeah, water tastes weird, and it's weird because I used to drink so much water, like I'd say at least 100 ounces a day before I got pregnant, and now like I seriously have to force myself to drink water, and I know that I have to, and so that kind of sucks, but whatever, I'm forcing myself because I know how important it is. What I miss, I don't miss anything at all this week. It was a great week. I don't miss anything. I'm so happy. What I'm looking forward to is planning our gender reveal party because like I had mentioned before, the blood tests are going to tell us the gender of the baby. And we decided to do the, I'm sure you guys have seen it because it's all over YouTube, but the baseball that's filled with blue or pink chalk. So I'll pitch the ball to Mark and he'll hit it and it'll explode with the color of the baby, whatever the gender of the baby is. We aren't going to know, so I got on Etsy and I bought a pink ball, a ball with pink chalk and a ball with blue chalk, and I'm taking it into the doctor as soon as they get those results. And I'm going to have them throw away the one that is not correct, that is not our baby, and take the yarn off the one that is and give that back to us. I'm also having them write down on a piece of paper the gender because I went and bought a bunch of blue and pink silly string and we hired a photographer for our gender reveal party. So I'm going to take the tops off all of the silly string because the cans don't list what color it is. Take all the tops off, you know, put the pink and the blue in separate boxes, and then tell our photographer to open the envelope and give us back the silly string that is the correct gender. That way, right after Mark hits the ball and the chalk explodes, our friends and family can spray us with the silly string. So I think that's going to make for some amazing pictures, and that is really what I'm looking forward to. I've really started getting into the planning of that, so super excited. Okay, so that's it for week 11. Now let's jump into week 12. So week 12 was from November 4th through November 10th. And since the beginning of my pregnancy, I have lost 0.6 pounds. The baby this week is the size of a plum. My sleep has still been exactly the same, interrupted with frequent trips to the bathroom. Again, not as bad, probably about 2 times a night, so definitely getting better. So the best moment of the week, I have 2 best moments. The first one was on Saturday, November 5th. Me and Mark were laying in bed. We had just woken up and I was like feeling around. I've always been feeling around like my pelvic area to see if I could feel my uterus. And for the first time, I started to feel the top of my uterus because it's starting to finally raise up out of like the pelvic cavity. and I was able to feel it, and I like grabbed Mark's hand and I was like showing him, I was like, do you feel that? And he felt it too. So it was exciting. Just I'm bloated, and like, you know, organs are shifting and stuff, so I have like a little bit of a bump, but we haven't like felt my uterus, and we are actually able to feel my uterus. So that was exciting. And then the second best day, well, I don't know, this might be first, but was November 10th. And that was the day that the doctor called with our blood test results and told us that the baby was tested 99% negative for the chromosomal abnormalities, and told us that they would have the gender results available. So I was able to take in our baseballs and get that done. As far as symptoms, again, very mild fatigue, very mild nausea, except for on November 7th, I had some really, really bad nausea. I think it was because I wasn't keeping my stomach full, or I let my stomach get empty. So I think that was the main problem there. In week 12, I started to get headaches on November 8th and November 9th. I had pretty bad headaches like both of those days. I'm still a little bit bloated. My boobs are still sore and swollen. Again, not as bad. It's getting better and better each week. Did I say constipated? I don't know. I probably should just say constipated every week, all week, every day, all day. Constipation. And still having the like stretching, pulling feelings in my lower pelvic area. Food cravings, I didn't have any food cravings in week 12. And food aversions, I didn't have any food aversions in week 12 either. And what I miss, still nothing. I don't miss anything. Not at all. In week 12, what I'm most looking forward to is still planning the gender reveal party. Still working on that, and getting into my second trimester. I'm so close. I know at 13 weeks and 4 days, that's when I'm finally officially into my second trimester. So that is really what I'm looking forward to. So that's it, guys. Weeks 11 and 12, this is probably going to be really long, and I'm sorry, but I just wanted to get these knocked out so that I could get them uploaded. We'll see you guys for my week 13 update. Talk to you guys later. Bye.